A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Wizards of the Coast were like, hey, Richard Garfield, you're pretty good at making card games. This Star Wars thing's going to be sticking around. Do you want to try and make this? And that was Star Wars the Trading Card Game. And I only bring it up because I think it's pretty cool that the community supported it for another 15 years, even when Wizards of the Coast stopped. We are not playing that today. We are playing the new Star Wars Unlimited. Fairly new to Australia at the very least. We do have to say thank you very much to Gamegenic for supplying us with some stuff and their distributor for sending us out the game. Today we are going to be showing off this cool new Star Wars trading card game for you so you can see how this game works, what the gameplay is like. I've done enough talking. My name is Tom. This is Lachlan.
Hi, I'm Lachlan and I'm going to be player 2, playing the Darth Vader deck, or the Empire, the Evil Empire, which is way cool.
From a certain point of view.
Yeah.
These are the Spark of Rebellion starter decks. Every single Star Wars Unlimited set comes out with a new starter deck for you to play with. I'm personally kind of keen on General Grievous versus Ahsoka Tano. I might be picking it up when it hits shelves here in Australia. But today I am playing Luke Skywalker with my base as the Administrator's Tower. This is a fairly simple trading card game. The idea is to deal 30 damage to your opponent's base. First person to do that wins. There's a few different rules, a few different things going on that we'll share with you, show you how this game works as we play. Lachlan, you have the initiative. What do we do to start the game?
So, to start the game, we're going to draw 6 cards. Once we've got our 6 cards, we are then going to put 2 of them down as resources, which we'll use to play other cards. There's going to be some values in the top. You want to have a couple of low value cards so that you can play them immediately. And then maybe if you pick up some high value cards, you probably want to put those down as resources because you're not going to be able to summon them or play them for a little while. So I'm going to play these 2 cards face down as resources.
I have a double up of cards. I'm going to play that as my resource because it is a legendary card indicated by a certain little thing. You'll be seeing it on screen here. So I won't be able to play both of them at the same time. That rule might be familiar to you. And I will choose this second one here.
So with that, we randomly choose someone to have the initiative or be the first player. In this case, I will, because the Evil Empire always goes first. Someone's got to make the move to cause a rebellion in this. Spark of rebellion.
You have such a spark, Lachlan.
That was terrible. Ready to play? I'm going to turn this resource sideways, and I'm going to play a Death Star Stormtrooper. He goes into the ground space on the board. The map is divided into lanes. We have the space combat area, we have our bases, and we have our ground forces.
He does come into play unreadied.
Unreadied? Yep.
I will be following suit and paying 2 for C-3PO. Spoilers, that's the card I had 2 of. He's legendary as indicated up there. And when played or on attack, I can choose a number, then look at the top card of my deck. If its cost is the chosen number, I may reveal it and draw it. I don't know what's on top of my deck, so I'm going to name 3 because that's a fairly good number and I'm hoping it will give me something to play on my next turn. It was not. It stays on top of my deck. I could choose to put it to the bottom. I am not because I like that card and I want it.
And then it goes back to me. I am going to spend another resource and I'm going to use Darth Vader, my leader. As an action, pay 1 resource, tap Darth Vader if you played a villainary card this turn and deal 1 damage to an opponent to a target unit, which will be C-3PO, and 1 to a base. So we're going to do it to the Administration Tower. That damage will persist over the game, so now C-3PO has 1 damage on him.
Probably a good chance to talk about what cards look like. You've got the cost in the top left, you've got how much damage they do when they hit something or are hit by something on the left, and their health on the right. I am going to take the initiative as my action. When you take the initiative, you'll be the person who's going first next turn, but also you are considered to pass for the rest of the round. So you have to consider whether or not you have anything left to play, whether you want anything left to play, what is important to you.
And so now I have no more resources to tap or play, so I am going to pass because Tom has already taken the initiative and I cannot take it off of Tom.
At the end of each round, everybody draws 2 cards and has the option to put a card face down as a resource. You are usually trying to ramp to the point that your leader's epic action can be played, which is for me 6 and Lachlan 7. At that point, you can use your leader for free to flip them up and put them into play as a unit ready to fight. It is usually the big wonderful thing that your deck is built around doing, and it's quite fun to do. We'll get to there hopefully in a little bit. Yes.
Options.
Yes. Look, as much as I don't want to use this card as a resource, and this is kind of the big thing to consider in this game, is what are you actually going to play? I know for me right now, I'm thinking about getting as many units on the field as possible, so this card is going face down as a resource for me.
Yeah, I'm going to put this card face down as much as I didn't want to. It's also going to become a resource because the other ones I feel like are more valuable. So now we've played our resources face down, we're ready to start the next round, and we ready everything up. So we turn everything into the readied position, our ground troops included, and my leader, because I used Darth Vader. And then Tom, with the initiative, gets to go first.
And I'm going to pay 1 for the card that I looked at the top of with C-3PO. Who could have seen this combination coming? I'm going to play R2-D2. When played and on attack, look at the top card of your deck. You may put it onto the bottom of your deck. The combination there being that R2 lets you look at the top card of your deck, 3PO lets you then name it and draw it. So I am going to look at the top card of that deck, and I'm going to leave that on top. Let me double check that resource cost. Yep, cool. Leave that on top.
Honestly, such a good combination. Such a good combination.
It's just fun. They've gone into some good effort to make these decks appealing and open and familiar to people who like Star Wars. Your turn, Yugi boy.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm going to spend 2 resources, and I'm going to play a Snow Trooper Lieutenant. Now he's got a really cool ability. When played, you may attack with a unit. If it's an Imperial unit, it gets +2/+0 for its attack. You can only attack with a rated friendly unit. So I have my Death Star Trooper that I played last round, and I'm going to attack. I've done a little bit out of order because I played a card that allowed me to attack. Normally you take the attack action as your action for your turn. So this Death Star Trooper has the option of attacking any units on your opponent's team in the ground area. It cannot attack spaceships, or I can attack Tom's base directly. And the aim of the game is to whittle it down. He's got 30 points and I need to do 30 damage over the course. I could attack C-3PO because he's already got 1 damage, or R2-D2, but they would in turn deal damage back to my ground troop, and he would perish. And so I'm going to do the 5 damage directly to the administration tower.
Easy 5 damage there. For my action, I'm going to take the opposite approach and go for a little bit of board control, and I'm going to sacrifice C-3PO using him to attack and attack Lachlan's Stormtrooper. So they're both going to die, but most importantly, I get the C-3PO attack trigger to once again name a cost. I'm going to name 3. Who could have seen that coming? My Fleet Lieutenant will be going to my hand.
So with that, he does 1 damage to my Death Star Trooper, which he only has 1 health, and my Death Star Trooper is going to do 3 to C-3PO, which he originally started with 4, but he had 1 damage already on him. That was your attack. Back to me. I'm going to spend 1 resource, and I'm going to tap Darth Vader again and deal 1 damage to R2-D2 and 1 to your base.
Blap. And blap. R2-D2 is, of course, unready. Apologies for those of you who definitely saw that in the edit. I will be paying 1 and using Luke's ability to put a shield on a heroic unit that I have played this turn. This is a shield token. It's going to go on R2-D2, and the next damage that he would be dealt doesn't.
Honestly, fantastic. Especially because damage is persistent, so just being able to negate any amount of damage is so good.
It's very useful, and that is your turn.
All right. So I'm out of resources. I've got nothing that I can attack with, so I am going to take the initiative.
I do still have resources, so I'm going to pay 1 for the 2-1B surgical droid. On attack, heal 2 damage from another unit.
That is pretty good.
It's not bad. Lachlan has passed. I now pass. We go to the cleanup step. We draw 2 cards and put something down as a resource.
Oh man, I'm in struggle town for what I want for resources and that.
I've played my stuff. I'm going to ready up just because I know I'm ready to go.
It's a fine balancing act of what you want to use as resources.
Yeah, I really enjoy the balance of like deck building around what cards you want, but knowing your mana curve. It feels much more important in this than any other trading card game I've played.
Yeah,
where you have to know your deck to know what's worth putting down and really play around it.
Exactly, and because there's no dedicated mana, you're not drawing as fast, and you're always putting something down, similar to Hearthstone, where you just always gain something, but you've got the choice of what you put down. You can put any of the cards in your hand as resources. It's not the ones that you just drew.
Yeah, and the deck building constraints are definitely interesting because you're only allowed 3 of any one card, I believe, and you are allowed to put any color of card into your deck. I could put a black villainy card into my deck. It would just cost me 2 more resources to play it, which is an interesting drawback.
And that's a hefty amount of resources when we're only up to 4 already. So to start my turn, I'm going to play 1 resource. I'm going to play Recruit, which is a event card. Supply. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for a unit, reveal it, and draw it. Put the other cards on the bottom of your deck in a random order. So I'm going to grab out of these 5 cards Grand Moff Tarkin. These other ones are going to go onto the bottom of my deck in any random order. And he's going to go into my hand.
He's got some cool abilities. I think that I need to get some heals happening. So I am going to use my 2-1B surgical droid to attack your Stormtrooper Lieutenant. Snowtrooper Lieutenant.
Yep. So
1 damage to your Snowtrooper, 2 damage onto my surgical droid, but most importantly, he will heal 2 damage from R2-D2.
He only had 1 damage on him in the first place.
Let's keep the R2 going strong. Most important boy.
All right, I'm going to attack with my Snowtrooper Lieutenant, and he's going to attack the base for 2 damage.
Yeah, at some point I should attack your base, but if I can take your units out first, it's going to be all right for me. I'm going to attack your Snowtrooper with R2-D2.
Yep.
My shield unit will negate the damage coming in, but I will kill your Snowtrooper, and I will get to look at the top card of my library and decide if I want it to be on top or bottom. I am going to bottom that.
It's not looking great for me, I will tell you that. I'm a bit stuck for resources and also for units that you have conveniently just destroyed both of them.
It's kind of what I was hoping, that like I could get rid of your units and depending on what you've drawn, put me in a stronger position for going forward.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
For 3 resources, I am going to play Open Fire, which is an event card. Deal 4 damage to a unit, and we're going to deal it to R2-D2.
Good call. You may end up regretting that.
Do you have another R2-D2?
No, I just put it on the bottom of my deck. What I do have, though, is our first spaceship of the game, an Alliance X-Wing. The fun part, as Lachlan said, is ground units can only attack ground units, space units can only attack space units.
Yep.
So now that I know Lachlan hasn't played a space unit, I've got the lanes free. I'm ready to start opening fire. But for now, it's your turn. So
I am out of resources. I didn't play a villainy card this turn. Not that I have the resource to play Darth Vader's ability. So I'm going to take initiative.
I am going to pay 1 and put a shield counter on my X-Wing. And then I'm going to pass.
So now, end of turn, end of round. We draw 2 cards.
Draw 2, then get things ready. Ooh. I think I put that one down and wait and see what you do for which card I choose to play. I've got two different options.
I'm not going to put any resource down.
Oh no. That's an interesting choice.
So you don't have to put resources down. It is beneficial to continue bolstering your forces, but I want to leave my options open for different maneuvers.
Well, you have the initiative. What would you like to do?
I am going to play 4, and I'm going to play an Imperial Interceptor. When played, you may deal 3 damage to any space unit, so it will deal 1 to your Alliance X-Wing, but it had a shield. Damn.
Well, because you played a space unit, I'm going to pay 4 for the, I have no idea how to pronounce this word, Aizatuk Liberator Gunship. After you play this unit, you may ready and attack an enemy unit. So I'm going to put that into play and attack your Imperial Interceptor straight away.
Okay.
Dealing 3 damage to mine and killing yours.
Yep. I'm going to take initiative because I don't have any more units.
Wonderful. Well, I'll speed through my rounds then. First of all, I'm going to attack your base for 2 in the air.
In space.
In space. There is no air in space, especially not on the Death Star. Then I'm going to attack you on the ground for 1, healing 2 from my Liberator Gunship.
Oh, so good.
And then I'm going to pay 1 and put a shield onto my Liberator Gunship.
Incredible. Incredible. This is not going as planned.
It's going exactly as I planned.
Draw 2.
Draw 2.
Okay, so that's going to go down as a resource. Start readying my resources. I'm up to 5.
Well, I'm going to be up to 6, which means I could put Luke into play.
So I'm going to go first. I'm going to play 4 resources, and I'm going to play an Imperial Inceptor. When played, you may deal 3 damage to a space unit. So I'm going to deal 3 to your Alliance X-Wing.
Wonderful.
And then I'm going to pass over to you.
I think the right choice here is to wait and see what you're doing.
Okay.
So I am going to use my gunship to deal 3 damage to your base.
Okay. So then I'm going to pay 1 resource. I'm going to tap Darth Vader, and I'm going to deal 1 damage to your repair bot.
Yep.
Because it's healing a lot of damage, and then 1 to your base.
Okay, you are out of resources now.
How are you still have full board of resources?
Because I had units to attack with.
That's terrible.
I am going to pay 3 for a rogue operative. This has Saboteur, so it will ignore Sentinel and defeat the defender's shields.
Yep.
So Sentinel is an ability that means you have to attack that unit before you can attack the base. We haven't seen it come into play yet. But also it has Raid 2, so it is stronger when it is attacking.
I'm going to take initiative.
I am going to pay 1 and give my rogue operative a shield.
Yep.
And then because I have 6 resources in play, I am going to activate my epic action once per game ability to deploy Luke Skywalker as a unit, and he comes in readied. He's your leader, he is stronger, he is better. That's why I waited to see what Lachlan was doing, because now he can't stop me from doing this. Luke Skywalker is a 4/7, and on attack, I may give another unit a shield token. Shield tokens stack, so if you have multiple, they get destroyed one at a time. I am going to go and swing at your base before with Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
And I'm going to give my liberated gunship another shield.
All right, so I am up to 10 damage on my base.
We're both actually at 10 damage. This game is totally fair and equal and even in every way.
I've already passed, so
I will now pass.
we're going to draw 2 cards.
I'm at the point now where I possibly don't want to play resources depending on what I've got in my hand and what I'm building towards. I've got 5 costs and 3 costs in my hand, so getting to 8 resources might be the play.
We've got 6 resources, which is a lot of resources, but I do feel like it would be nice to have more.
Oh, just casually 7 to put Darth Vader into play.
7 to have Darth Vader in play would be really, really nice. I'm going to play for 3. I am your father. Deal 7 damage to an enemy unit unless its controller says no. If they do, draw 3 cards. So it's going to go onto Luke Skywalker, naturally.
No, that's impossible. Yeah, definitely not. I need Luke. He gives me shields.
Okay, so I draw 3 cards.
You have 3 resources at the moment, yes?
Yes. Now I have an abundance of cards. Don't know how that's really going to help me since I have not a lot of troops on the field and Tom has a lot of shields going around.
Well, how about you have even less troops on the field? I'm going to use Waylay and return your Starfighter to your hand.
At least it's to my hand and not...
Yeah, look, you do get the when played ability again, but it means I can open up the board and not be worried about attacks.
So I could use Darth Vader if I wanted to.
It counts as having played a villainy card.
I am going to play for 2 Force Choke. If you control a Force unit, which I don't, this event costs 1 less resource, which is fine, I'll pay the 2. Deal fire damage to a non-vehicle unit. That unit's controller draws a card. So I'm going to deal 5 to Luke.
Good call.
Because 5 is a lot of damage. And then that will be my turn.
I am so sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
You just drew this card for me. I'm going to play Luke's lightsaber.
Oh my god!
Attached to a non-vehicle unit. If attached unit is Luke Skywalker, heal all damage for him and give him a shield token.
God damn.
That's how the cookies crumble, my friend. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to heal the damage and I'm going to steal a shield token from you just to really rub in the salt.
Dude, I tell you what, the Force is not with me today. That is so rough. I worked so hard to do that 5 damage. And then it's just, there it goes. It's all gone.
It's gone.
I have 1 little resource left. So I think with my 1 little resource, I will use Darth Vader's ability and deal 1 to Luke Skywalker to get rid of that shield, and then 1 to your base. And now my base is about to get pummeled.
Oh yeah, it is. All right, first attack. 7 damage from Luke. Steal that shield back. Give another shield to the rogue operative.
I hate that so much.
7, taking you up to 17, moving me into the lead.
Gain the lead. I take the initiative.
I hit you for 4 with rogue operative, taking you to 21 damage.
21 damage. Yep.
I hit you for 3 with the Liberator gunship, taking you to 24 damage.
Oh my god.
Unless you've got a lot of cards ready to remove my stuff, this might be a victory for...
I am trying. So that's the end of the round.
Yes, I am all out of actions. I don't have anything to play for 2.
Yep, I'm drawing the turn.
Yes,
Or
drawing 2 cards.
At the end of the turn. All right, so I am going to, I guess, play my legendary action, put Darth Vader into play. I can attack you for 5, but my base is basically going to get overwhelmed by Luke Skywalker, and he's going to blow it up, I imagine.
Story-wise, right? Like Star Wars lore-wise, this is accurate.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker is going in on his Death Star run to hit the command center for 7 damage, taking Lachlan to
30.
31?
31, I was on 24.
That's
it.
That's it. That's Star Wars Unlimited. That is how the game works. If you are keen to check this out, I enjoy this game. I think it's a fun little back and forth and fairly quick to play. You can build your own decks out of any of the cards that come from any of the expansions. The 3rd expansion is about to drop, as we said earlier. I'm pretty keen to see how the Ahsoka Tano deck stacks up against the Master Luke that she never actually met.
It'd be interesting to see when you've got mixed generations of Star Wars as well.
There is some kind of Commander-style multiplayer format with, rather than just the initiative, something else that you can take at the same time. But if you're keen for that, I recommend that you go and find a local game store to support that is supporting Star Wars Unlimited. We have been Nerds of the West. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more content like this, we've got magic, board games, all sorts, room, space. My name is Tom.
I'm Lachlan.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you next time.